My name is Andrew Goldstein, and I am steward for music here at St. Michael Parish. Most of my job is planning the music ensembles, such as the choir, the bands, the children's choir, and the cantors, for liturgies each Sunday, ensuring that the music supports what's happening in the season of the church. One instance of this was relaunching the St. Michael's Children's Choir this past Advent. It had been a pretty small group in the past, and I wanted to go into Christmas with a large group of kids that could really glorify Christ on Christmas. And I was really excited when we had 43 kids walk into our first rehearsal, and a little scared. Being a new staff member, I wasn't quite sure what that was going to look like and how much energy that was going to take. But I was really moved when, during the second rehearsal, a girl raised her hand right in the middle of rehearsal and said, please, can we learn the Latin to O come all ye faithful, adeste fidelis. And I was so shocked by this request, but what surprised me even more was when the kids all raised their hands and said, me too, I want to learn the Latin, me too. And over the weeks, we sent them home with learning materials, and they were practicing at home with their parents. The image of children going home and learning these Latin texts, these ancient texts with their parents, is just so touching. And I actually heard one story of a family, the two girls running through Fred Meyer's singing, Venite adoremus, as they ran through the aisles. It's quite touching. But what this image reminds me of as we go into Lent, especially as we look at these second week readings of Lent, is how to approach our faith and how to approach our lives with a childlike ambition. This one girl raised her hand and was so excited and so eager to learn, and everyone else followed her right there. And we see that same childlike energy in our readings this week. In our first reading, we have Abraham taking Isaac up to the mountain. He faithfully takes Isaac up to sacrifice his only son. God sees this faith and saves Isaac and blesses Abraham abundantly. We see this same kind of childlike faith in our gospel, where John, Peter, and James are up to the mountain with Jesus and sees Jesus transfigured before them. And suddenly Moses and Elijah appear, and their very childlike and very human response is, Lord, it's so good that we're here. Let us build some tents and pitch them. Moses and Elijah are here. And it's such a humbling response. They didn't know if it was the right response or not. They seen this amazing thing in front of them, but they were so childlike in the way that they approached it. And that's our call during this Lent as well, to approach our faith and our journey with this childlike ambition, and to walk with no fear, to live life with this fearless energy, and to know that God, our Father, has us in his arms. And we see that reminder of no fear in our second reading, where we hear, if God is for us, then who can stand against us? And that's the real true meaning of this week's readings, is we get to live this life as children of God with no fear.